So, just what is the Disney difference? What is it about the Disney brand that sets it apart from other companies, other theme parks, other cruise lines, etc.? So, we're going to go ahead and spend some time today on this video talking about what I believe, in my personal opinion, what is it about Disney that sets them apart from virtually, most other entertainment companies and theme parks around the world? And of course, I want to welcome you to add your own comments and experiences, good or bad. Feel free to comment below and let me know if there was an exceptional experience that you had with Disney, where you experienced the Disney difference. I think for us personally, my wife and I, for Elisa and I think probably one of the first times was when we brought our boys, when they were very, very young, when they're very little, to Disney World, Walt Disney World. And for some reason, our oldest son, Chase, wanted to go visit the princesses. Evidently, even as a small child, he was very smart, and he printed up a letter for Cinderella. And he absolutely wanted to give her this letter. So we didn't even read the letter. We didn't even know anything about it. I mean, we knew about it, but we didn't know what was on it. So we went ahead and we waited in line and saw all the different princesses, which was, I'm going to get to that more in just a minute. But I'm sure with you listening to this or watching this video, I'm sure you can relate to what I'm about to tell you. So Chase gave her the letter and she read it. And it basically said, we read it afterwards, basically said, I look forward to seeing you, at your castle and so on and so forth. But it was the interaction of the princess. She made a comment, something like, "Oh, Chase, you've come here to steal my heart, haven't you?" And his interaction, his the look of just absolute joy on his face. And of course we took pictures and all that, but I remember that moment. I will remember that moment the rest of my life. That was such an amazing moment for me, my wife, and my son, of course. And so that would be one of the first real times that we experienced the Disney difference. But I mean, another example, staying at a Walt Disney World resort, whether it's the All-Stars or their moderate deluxe resorts, there's just a level of cleanliness. There's a level of immaculate. Everything is in its place. Everything's clean, and you don't always have that. I know all of you have been to hotels where you're like, oh my God, whether it be a smell, whether it be the level of perhaps, things not being so clean, or you just being, you're just looking at the bed saying, I'm not getting in there, with Disney, you're not going to have that. You're going to have a clean room, you're going to have a functional room, and you're going to have a really good experience. I mean, there's a reason why Disney has, without question, without equal, the number one theme park in the entire world. Even though people constantly complain about, the price hikes. And yes, if you go ahead and Google it, you can see that one thing that Disney has done over the last 10, 15 years, they have steadily increased ticket prices for their theme parks. It's gone up and up, and it's going to continue. And now you've got this Premier Line Pass that everybody was all upset about. when they debuted it, but yet it sells out almost every day. So, you know, they're doing something right, obviously, with regards to their theme park. And if you follow my channel, you know the cruise line. The Disney Cruise Line is arguably one of the best cruise lines out there. The level of service, the food quality, the experience, the entertainment, the shows, it's just different. It's just different. And no, I haven't cruised all the different cruise lines yet. I've only done one or two other ones. But, you know, from what we've heard from other cruisers, once you do Disney, once you're on a Disney cruise, you know, few other cruise lines can match it, is what Elise and I have been told. So, I guess if you're asking me what is the Disney difference, I'm going to say the level of service. Number one, the level of service that you get when you're on a Disney property, when you're at a theme park, when you're in a Disney resort, or when you're on a Disney cruise is simply unparalleled. Everybody wants to feel like a VIP. Everybody wants to feel special. And I think that's one of the reasons, that's one of the big differences with Disney, is that they truly, truly will go out of their way to make you, your family, your children feel like VIPs. They really want you to have a wonderful experience. They will go out of their way to, you know, to make that happen. I think the other thing about Disney difference is, as I mentioned, you know, I've been to Universal many times, okay? Universal Studios Orlando. And I've had tremendous times there. I'm not bashing them at all, and I'm very excited, like everybody else, about Epic Universe opening up soon. But there's been many times where I've just looked around Universal Studios, and I'm just going to be honest, there's trash. There's filth. There's, you know, things are just, it's just not the same. I'm not saying it's a trashy, filthy, you know, theme park. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that if you know, just look around here and there, you'll see some imperfections. You'll see some things that, you know, are not immaculate. They're not. And I'm not saying that, I'm certainly not saying that Disney World is 100% clean. You'll never find a piece of trash. But those of you that travel to those parks, you know what I'm talking about. It's just at a different, there's a difference. There's a different level. And I think the heart of the Disney difference, I witnessed it once again on Elise and I's latest cruise, looking at the characters and the time that they take with, you know, everyone, especially the princesses and all those young ladies, all the little girls and their parents, the time that they take, they get completely in character, and they make those moments absolutely pure magic for those children and their parents. They take the time to talk to them. They take the time to interact with them, and they make them feel different. They make them happy. It is a magical, magical thing. And I think that's at the heart and the core of the Disney difference. The way you feel when you are experiencing, whether it be a cast member or a character with Disney. It is a truly, truly magical thing. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you agree or disagree, I'd love to hear your comments, and I'd love to hear your stories down below. If you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you on the next one.